So we want to talk about branding versus messaging versus marketing. Because I think most people, most personal trainers that probably listen to the pod are in that anywhere from not started, a lot of people, just 4-ish, into that $1,000, into that 6-figure, looking, what do I do next? How do I go online? How do I build a brand? How do I build a business that's beyond just me doing sessions and all that kind of stuff? And they're starting to realize that there's more to this game than just doing sessions.
Yeah.
What do you think of, say now, because we've become far more aware of it this calendar year than ever. What do you think of when you hear branding now?
I think it's like who you are, who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, like personality, tone, kind of stature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like branding is when someone thinks of a business or a person, they have an idea of who that person is. That's what I think branding is probably more now.
Yeah.
Which we messed up a lot.
Yeah.
Because we were just like, did I say it yesterday? I think I did in the workshop,
Yeah.
I was just like always trying to be like really prim and proper and professional and whatever. Like you can still be professional but not have to act what you think is professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think branding really leans into the personality of the business.
Yeah.
And which is a reflection of each pioneer within the business. Because you and I have different personal branding still, because we're two totally different people.
Yeah.
Like we literally like in some instances like opposite shit. We still think the same way.
Yeah.
But we like
come at it from
different personalities, you know. Yeah, so I would say that that's my interpretation of what branding is.
Yeah, I agree. And I think a really cool example of that, because people, I think when they hear that, they think about themselves a lot and they don't conceptualize it, what it means for a business.
Yeah.
When you hear Mercedes, you think a thing.
Yeah.
You think exclusivity, expensive, luxury.
Yeah.
You think probably at the moment, in my head, I see like neon, attractive people, like ballers.
Yeah, like well put together, you know.
Well dressed.
Yeah.
Well groomed.
Yeah.
Like that's what I think of when I think of Mercedes.
Yeah, it's minimalistic, like slick.
Yeah.
You know, dark colors. Yeah, like nice and sleek.
And we've got it. I'm sure you have as many as I do, but like when I was driving mine, I remember being at a family Christmas party, leaning on cousin-in-law's Amarok, $120,000 Amarok, and him being like, fuck, C-Class, you must be doing all right. I'm like, it's like, half what you paid for this, but thanks. And even like the hairdresser model, like the little coupe, I'm not attacking it, by the way, if you have one. I drive an i30.
Yeah, they're like $50,000, if that.
Yeah, but it just comes, the branding that's around it.
They do an incredible job.
It's something.
Merc do an incredible job with their branding.
Yeah. And then you think like the opposite end, it's getting better now, but like say Kia 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Was like, it's the cheapest entry market car that you can buy for people who don't give a shit about the car. They just want to pay the least price to go from A to B.
Correct.
And then keeping in the car kind of theme, the one that I find the most interesting is MG.
Yeah.
So MG used to be...
Yeah, when they were British...
almost hand-built British racing green was MG.
Yeah, you almost got them mistaken for like Jaguar.
Same level. Yeah. So that was their branding for ages. Bespoke sports cars.
Yeah.
Now...
Chinese owned, right?
It's the cheapest thing you can buy.
Sometimes the shittest.
Well, look,
the higher cars we've had.
I went to the MG store before I bought my car, and I still bought my car. So, like,
if you have to guess your cruise control speed,
it's not it. If you have to duck to look left, that's a real problem. No offense.
No offense. MG. Yeah, that's it. Props to you.
Yeah. But yeah, it obviously just has the interesting part of that story is how easily you can just change branding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still reckon people would have the old branding of MG in mind if you didn't know anything about cars.
I think it's the opposite.
So
I think people older than us.
if you know nothing about cars and you just had a preconceived idea of what MG was before,
Yeah.
so the British owned one, you would maybe
still
look at these MGs and be like, oh,
it's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Because of that branding, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's not.
well, it's not the same.
Yeah,
'cause
but
the branding's different. But
Even just like the perception, so of like
maybe that's why they did it. Maybe that's why they
would make
because
sense.
what's stopping them from just starting up a new
Their
company?
own, the
You
inherent.
know, like
brand.
all these electric cars, like
we're talking
isn't it?
about them.
All these electric cars come out, and I don't know about you. It's like because there is no
History.
branding, like you haven't been exposed to the branding. I don't know about you. I'm always a bit like
Yeah.
well,
So the example I was going to bring up is Genesis.
Yeah.
Every Genesis I've looked at, to be honest, price point, better than any Merc I've looked at.
yeah, the GV80.
Yeah. But we're still like,
It's the resale value for me, man.
you know what I mean? Because the resale value is because I don't want to buy one secondhand because it's not a flex.
Yeah, I just don't want to lose too much on them.
But that's the reason you will lose is because the consumer won't buy a secondhand one to
100%.
say I drive a Genesis like they would a Mercedes.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
So that's super interesting. So for us, like you said, backstory for us was the podcast started out with polos and like we did that for fucking ages, had the polo thing like everyone else and tried to...
We all had notes.
Yeah. And then we went through a phase where it was like we were almost trying to be controversial a little bit on purpose to like, this will get attention and stuff like that. And it just never
hit.
Landed the same way. We never built the community that we've got now.
Yeah.
Where we just went, fuck this. Like, and that was literally it.
Yeah.
And that's us. It's just like, fuck off.
Like,
we're just going to do our thing. And if Jerry wants to complain about swearing on Facebook, he can complain. It's fine.
Sorry, Jerry. I'm not sorry.
So, like, I don't know about you this weekend, but I don't have any collared shirts in my bag.
I've got shirts in case we go out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got lots of oversized. Bless you over there. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's become our brand.
Non-flex culture.
Yeah. Just like this is who we are, and we're like Ash gave us like the coach's title when we worked with them, and it's like not that I've lent into it, but it's a good her perception of what we do was that.
Yeah.
So when we ran the intensive, it was like we're just coaches showing you how we became busy coaches and run more than just sessions.
Yeah.
So it was oversized tops and whatever comfortable pants.
Yeah.
So, I think that's a big part of it. But it's also, and I think what people miss, because they still think it's the logo on the jumper.
Yeah.
It's not that.
No.
That's one contributing factor. But it's also the experience, the service, because when you go, so if you haven't...
It's like the logo is a reminder of the branding.
It's not the brand, it's an expression of.
So you look at the Mercedes logo and then you think
feel
of and the feel of
it's
the
a trigger,
thing.
it's not the thing.
Correct. Yeah.
And when you go get a Mercedes, I think yours was the bow, but it was like you got the go through the thing and
it was on the show floor this time, where the other one was just like up the back.
Yeah. But like when I went and got mine was second hand.
Yeah.
And it was under a black silk cover that like I got to pull off myself, and then I got a tour, and then I got an umbrella and a fucking Mercedes cork wine thing and a pen and
sick
walk through and all this shit. And then like when the first service I went and got, I got a complimentary breakfast at the airport. So I went to an all-you-can-eat buffet breakfast.
Yeah, it's so
that they drove me in like the GLC.
I'm going to the wrong fucking Mercedes, bro. I drive to Brighton.
Yeah.
And I just get a fucking free latte. Nah, Brighton's no good. I mean, not no good. Apparently, they've changed management.
Okay.
I'm not happy with it.
Yeah. And like that, for me, that's the Mercedes branding.
That is agreed.
Yeah. Whereas like when I had the Renault, I went to Renault Hyundai and dropped that off and was like, this is my baby. And then it's like, cool, just park it here. I'm like, okay.
Do I get a high car? Nah, just get yourself home.
Yeah.
Pick you up. Yeah.
It's just a really different experience.
Yeah, I agree.
So, branding will come. We're probably not in a position to advise like what type of brand you are, but it's worth looking up. I can't remember even what the fucking name of it is. But you can look up what type of brand.
Archetype thing?
The archetypes,
yeah. It's called business archetypes.
Cool.
Yeah.
So there's probably quizzes and stuff that you could do online that would tell you what you are.
Yeah, you can do personality ones too.
Yes.
I did one.
Were you a hero as well?
Weekend. Nah, this was like...
Or different?
No, it was a real detailed thing.
Yeah.
I had to answer so many questions.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it came out as my personality type is direct and bold.
Fuck, that's surprising.
Surprised?
Yeah, I really didn't think that would be the answer.
As soon as like all of the questions about compassion, it's like strongly disagree.
Yeah, no, none.
Oh, my poor
so
wife.
we have a really strong color in the orange, and we have a really strong color in the blue because we are. Ooh.
This was a strategic choice.
Like
the blue, I'm leaning into the other side of the biz.
Yeah, I've started using blue hearts in my chats now.
Yeah,
I've always only used orange.
Yeah, I'm digging the blue.
Yeah. I'm trying to deliberately send my training clients orange ones, and my business clients blue ones.
That is very
branding.
Yeah,
the emojis you use. It's all in the details.
Shoes you buy.
Yeah, so you can go find your business archetype, and there's like saviors, creators, artists. Our branding is hero, so strong text, strong colors, lots happening. Websites very like raw.
Even the messaging.
Yeah,
which we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we swear and like, that's
but it's solving a problem. So it's like we're going to solve this for you.
Correct.
That's leans into like that hero archetype.
Yeah.
Where if you're working with someone like, and it's more collaborative and it's softer and we're going to do this together as a team.
Yeah.
Your color, your branding, everything has to kind of complement itself.
Yeah. I think Apple's probably the best creator.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just think like innovation, don't you? When you.
Yeah. Yeah. Innovator, creator.
Same with Tesla.
And we actually thought that learn was innovation.
Yeah. And
Ash was like, no,
you just solve problems.
Yeah.
You help people.
Stop that.
People need help and you help them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and do it more aggressively now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then messaging again is like trying to identify why you exist as a business.
Yeah.
And then communicate that.
Yeah. It's like what you stand for, right?
Yeah. So for us, as we just want people, the thing that it always comes back to for us is we want you to have the maximum amount of choice in the fitness industry as possible.
Yeah.
We don't want you to leave because you're not making enough money. We don't want you to be stuck just doing sessions. We don't want you to put glass ceilings on yourself thinking that sessions or online coaching
this is it for me.
Yeah. Or that things are hard when they're not, or that you just being the smartest is like, it's just you. We want to put as much choice in front of you as possible, and then you can choose the pathway of the most fulfillment.
Yeah.
And whether that fulfillment includes making a shitload of money or just helping
certain
people,
type of people,
whatever,
yeah,
we can show you how to do it.
Yeah.
And that would be the branding message.
Yeah.
I've actually been working in my personal coaching one a little bit. I dropped that quote on the podcast. I'm more interested in who you become as a person than I am with how much weight you lift or your body fat percentage. It just so happens that getting really strong and lean is hard, and doing hard things is one of the best things you can do for personal development. So when I think about coaching, that's the lens I see it through.
Yeah.
For 99% of the time.
Yeah.
That, and then I layer that with, you can't tell a high achiever not to aim for 100%, but you can redefine what 100% means.
Yeah.
Those two things coming together is what I try to project as my message for coaching. And if that appeals to you, awesome.
Yeah.
If you need help going to the gym, you probably don't like my stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, do the hard thing because it makes you awesome. Correct. In and outside of the gym. And I'm trying to put brakes on people, not encourage them up.
Yeah.
I know when to use the brakes is probably a better.
Yeah. Our interpretation of things like high achieving and balance and all that kind of shit is way different to some other people. So
correct.
The messaging is what either speaks to someone or it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, so I did a call yesterday. We did the Value Compass. Go to stcfit.com/compass to download that for free. You're welcome. did a value compass with someone yesterday, and it was like, like, who are you training? Some of them are at home, some of them are gym. Who do you want to train? People that go to the gym. Okay. I've got a lot of people that I'm teaching, like, that are new to the gym and are figuring it out. I'm like, do you want to train them, or do you want to train people that know what they're doing?
Yeah.
I want to train people that know what I'm doing. Okay. Now I went through her social media and I was like, so see this post, which was like feeling unmotivated, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like, someone already going to the gym with 2 years experience who gives a shit about this, that post doesn't go up, because that's going to attract the person who needs
they're going to flick through that.
The help and hand holding. Exactly.
Yeah.
They're going to they'll still like it even because you're jacked, and keep moving on with their lives.
Yeah, they're not going to read it.
And then there was another one that was like, I can't even remember what it was, but it was super direct. Just like, if you put in the work, you'll get the results kind of thing.
Or there's like, I didn't feel like going to the gym, so I went anyway.
Yeah.
Like, that's a much better tone of the type of person.
And it was literally like 4 posts down.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the post.
Yeah.
Like that. That's everything that you've told me that you want to work with. That's the language that
100%.
you're using. That's the messaging you're sending all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, your page almost doesn't even need to change in terms of what's here.
Yeah.
It's just when you just need to look at everything through a clear message that you're trying to deliver and who that goes to. And I think that changes everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the messaging part is really simplified once you work out who the person is, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, there's just total clarity after that.
Yeah.
You know, like, even once we kind of did our very first value compass and we actually we just made this person, and then we were lucky to have enough clientele to just be like, that's so-and-so and that's so-and-so.
Yeah.
So you kind of had these like 3 people, you know, and that's what we always say. If like, you can do your value compass and then think of like, you know, a couple of people that you know, and if you're really lucky, train and have a good enough relationship even to talk to them.
Yeah.
Just to get in their head. It's like, what do you think about it's like messaging just changes all, because it's just like, just think of those 3 people.
Yeah.
You know, and if you do have a good relationship with them, just ask them. It's like, hey, what are your biggest fears when you think about like obtaining your results? What do you think about when you go into the gym? What do you think about with your programming? Like, you know, and then they're just like, oh, you know, it's this, it's that. And it's like, all of a sudden you're like, cool, I need to lean into the fact that these people have these fears and have these obstacles, and you're there to go, right, I'm going to solve them for you. Yeah. And we're going to do that with this messaging continuously.
Over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's not an accident. After that, it's just like you start to attract those better, you know, we always say like better clients.
Yeah.
It's because you're speaking to that person and just getting their attention. Like I said it so many times at the intensive, I'm like, if there was 100 people in this room and you've got your messaging and it's, you know, social media, like even if you're doing like a little talk, like let's just, everyone just have to speak for 30 seconds to pique some people's attention, and that's to do the hero content. Out of those 100 people, you don't really want to get 100 people's attention, because not all those 100 people are the same. They don't have the same goals. They don't have the same, you know, preferences and obstacles and needs and whatnot. You want to speak to a certain portion of that 100 people, but you want their attention, and you want them not to, for it to be undivided. The other 75%, it's not for me. Like, you talk about motivation, cool, whatever. You know, and I think that's the best way to think about messaging. Is once you know exactly who that person is that you want to work with, you just need to lean into speaking to that person and not really care that you're not getting the absolute attention of everybody, because
you get the attention of none.
Correct. If you get the attention of everybody, it's just enough to just be like, oh yeah, cool, I really like your content.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times we get that?
Yeah.
Really like your videos. Like even now I kind of still get a bit like,
yeah,
if someone says that and isn't the demographic, I'm just like, it's thanks very much.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I don't take anything else of it, because it's just like, it doesn't mean anything.
I say this a lot, but when I was first sort of figuring this out and moving towards working with the more high achieving demographic and really starting to hone into a niche like that, look good naked and be strong as fuck, like type of client.
Yeah.
I used to actually send my marketing to a friend of mine who was a gym anxiety, only went because she had to.
Yeah.
Like, was purely an outcome. There was no value expression attached to it. Like, hey, what do you think of this? You'd be like, oh, fuck, it's a bit much. I'm like, sweet.
Yeah.
Or
nailed it.
If you liked it, I'm like, okay, I need to darken the colors, put more baby
Yeah.
oil on it. Just like, you know what I mean?
Sometimes Steph will give me some stuff, like feedback, we'll call it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, yeah, cool, thanks, babe.
Awesome.
Like,
yeah. If you hate it, we're on the right track.
Well, yeah. But she's like, you should do this. I'm like, no, I shouldn't.
Yeah. But thank you.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so that's interesting. It's almost like, and that 100 people example is interesting. It's almost like standing in that room, you'd be like, raise your hand if you think you're in the top 1% performers at your job.
Yeah.
And that isolates probably 90% of the room.
Mm.
And then raise your hand if you like have been training for at least 2 years.
Yeah.
That weeds out another couple.
Yeah.
But those 5 people that are left, you theoretically, because you're not just talking shit, they're the people that you
locked in.
Will stay forever because you'll get them results and you'll continue to change their goals and expand. And like, you can build a clientele that are fucking unreal off the back of that. Whereas if you try to please that person and the person who doesn't give a fuck about their job, who doesn't want to go to the gym and would rather just like watch Netflix, it's like you're getting no one.
Yeah,
because neither of those are going to be attracted.
Not, the
to
message
the
isn't
message.
strong enough. It's not strong enough to compel either side, right?
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to. You're not magnetic enough.
Correct. And you don't have to have our message if you do want to help that build the motivation,
100%.
Build the skill set, and that's what you get reward for. Fucking go in on it.
Go in on it enough to attract that group of people's attention.
Yeah.
In that metaphorical kind of room of all of those people.
Yeah.
Because that's really like. That's the gym. That's social media. That's marketing. It's like that's everything in a nutshell.
Yeah.
So your speaking or your copy or your graphics or everything all is like put together to attract the attention of a particular person.
Yeah.
So don't do what we did and fuck it up and spend 7 years just fucking writing out evidence-based content.
Yeah. Yeah.